So there was a handshake between the two coaches at the start, a landmark day for Arsene Wenger. He calls this the biggest game of Arsenal's season. As Clive said, it's certainly a massive one for both. Situation at the top of the Barclays Premier League table. Chelsea leading the way, played 30, 66 points. Liverpool and Arsenal both played 29, 62 points. Both their games in hand are midweek, by the way. Arsenal at home to Swansea. As Osgood concedes a foul against the Arsenal captain, Mikel Arteta. That's a good start. That's what we want to see Osgood doing. Putting people like Arteta under pressure, not allowing them to get their passes away. He played up towards Giroud. Header won by Gary Cahill, who's been a bit under the weather over the last couple of days. Word has it, but he's out there and playing through the pain today. Nothing like a game of football, Matt, to get that out of your system, I'm sure. You know, it's going to be hard for him for 90 minutes. If you feel a little bit under the weather, it's always difficult to get yourself going, but needs to get up to speed very, very quickly, get involved in the game, and that will soon pass by. And then after 90 minutes, he'll be looking to recover after that. Here's Oxlade-Chamberlain. Looks as though he's starting in the heart of midfield again for Arsenal as Piliqueta takes over for Chelsea. It's a foul, surely, by Rosicky on Hazard. Not according to the referee, who is Andre Mariner, by the way. Fourth Chelsea game of the season. Did the wins against Fulham, the draw against West Brom, and the win in the Cup against Derby. Rosicky not 100% with that ankle problem, but Arsenal's injury worries in midfield are such that he's had to be patched up and sent out. Here's Giroud. Ivanovic too strong for Lucas Podolski. That'll be an interesting competition between those two, Ivanovic and Podolski. He's got a quality left foot, hasn't he, and can cause problems, but he will drift inside Ivanovic. And it will give Branislav a chance to just eye out the situation. As long as Gary Cahill's in a good position, it won't trouble him too much, but he's got to keep an eye on Gary and then Podolski after that. Matic ball through the middle looking for Schürrle. No Ramirez, but good to have Matic available after missing out in the week, and David Luiz back in there too. Yeah, they seem like a formidable pair, don't they, Matic and Luiz? You know, we like to see them in there. Both got good ability on the ball. As Koscielny gives it away, and Eto'o almost gets there, and Szczesny comes out. No appeals for the penalty. Of course, he conceded one here last season, Wojciech Szczesny. Sloppy play from Laurent Koscielny. Well, that's the one, isn't it? Put them under pressure, as we said a little bit earlier. Gibbs rather wasn't able to keep that in play. As I said, this is what Eto'o does, isn't it? Yeah, put them under pressure. It's a great early ball in, isn't it? Just can't quite stretch a leg long enough to poke it past Koscielny. Szczesny. Eden Hazard. And will surely be key to Chelsea's chances of success today. That's a great ball, and the flag is up against Andre Schürrle. Did look like he'd gone a fraction too early. Yeah, a bit too early for me. I think if he bends his run a little bit more, I think he'd be surprised how easy it was to get in. If he makes his run there, I think he's definitely offside, but he's got time and space to actually bend it a little bit more. Wasn't much in that. It's close, but it was offside decision. There's Rosicky, signed a new contract to stay at the club for a couple more years. Got 2 years actually, even though he's 33 years of age now. Kieran Gibbs. Rosicky again. Opening up for Arsenal. It's a nice through ball to Olivier Giroud. And Petr Cech gets down low to make the save. First big chance of the game for Arsenal. It's a good save, you know. If there's more power in this shot, it's a goal all the way, and you'd expect Giroud to have done better. Once he gets there, it's on his stronger left foot. It's a lovely little pass, good weight, but he's trying to steer it in the goal, which gives Petr Cech a chance to get it on the end. But now Schürrle with the break. Really open start to the game. Andre Schürrle with Eto'o in space. Eto'o's onside here. Samuel Eto'o! Fabulous goal! Terrific start. And just as on Tuesday night against Galatasaray, it's Samuel Eto'o who gives Chelsea the early advantage. He is in some form just now. 3 goals in 3 starts for Eto'o. It's Chelsea 1, Arsenal 0. Well, let's start with the finish, because this is a wonderfully taken goal by Samuel Eto'o. Coming inside on his left foot, It's very, very awkward for him. He stays onside, does ever so well. Schürrle times his pass to perfection, but he's picked his spot so well there. Gets inside Koscielny and delivers into that far side netting. What a finish. Just thought Schürrle perhaps initially had delayed the pass, but then it was all about Samuel Eto'o, who really manages to find the bottom corner. No chance for the goalkeeper at all. Completely at full stretch. Wojciech Szczesny and Samuel Eto'o with a quality finish.
He is scoring big goals for Chelsea this season. What a start again. I thought this might be a cagey and tight affair. It's been anything but. And I tell you what, Per Mertesacker played Samuel Eto'o onside there.
We did. It's a very tight call for him, though. Difficult one of those difficult decisions. Having said that, I think it's all about Arsenal's passing from the back. And I said earlier, you know, we've got to put them under pressure, test them out. They don't like to play long, and we've worked really, really hard to do that. Oscar's playing a vital role at the moment, being helping Eto'o with the closing down, and Schürrle's energy has come into force as well. And it's drawn one or two weak passes from them, one or two testing passes that Chelsea have intercepted.
Well, there's been lots of talk this season about how Chelsea lack the firepower necessary to win the title. If the Blues do finish top of the pile come May, Samuel Eto'o will have played a massive part in it as Matic robs Cazorla. Chelsea looking good here. It's Andre Schürrle. It's 2! This is sensational stuff. Andre Schürrle with his 7th goal of the season. And one of his most important contributions, surely. 1,000 games. It's not a very happy anniversary for Arsene Wenger. It's Chelsea 2, Arsenal 0.
Well, what a start to the game. Andre Schürrle with an even better finish than Samuel Eto'o's a few moments ago. But this time they dwell on the ball in midfield. Matic wins it well. Schürrle takes it on and just buries it into the bottom corner. He's not got a lot else on. Eto'o makes the initial run, creates a bit of space for him, but it's a super finish. You'd have to say Koscielny should have done better, but it's all about the quality of the strike. And it's Chelsea 2 up. What a start.
Same corner that Eto'o found. It looks a long way back for Arsenal already. There is a long time left in the game, but just as last season here, Chelsea race into a 2-goal lead. Happy anniversary, Arsene.
And to be honest, Matt, as well, we really haven't got up to speed yet. They've given us opportunities. Their passing's been poor. We've got amongst them, as we said we should do. We've given them all sorts of pressures. Giroud's probably had the best chance, and he might rue missing that opportunity. But I tell you what, it was a great finish from Andre Schürrle. Just looking downstairs, actually, it looks like it's Fernando Torres is going to come on, suggesting, yeah, I'm just looking at Eto'o, he's limping. I think there might be a muscle injury there.
Well, what a shame that would be for Samuel Eto'o. But Chelsea are 2 goals in front here. We've still not had 10 minutes played.
That's a shame. Eto'o's gone down yet. I think this is his problem now, and I'm sure Fernando Torres will come on. What a shame. Started off so brightly. Yeah, it's his hamstring that's gone by the look of it. Just holding his back of his right thigh. It's a shame for Chelsea, but well, perfect replacement in my opinion. These two guys are very similar. Just hope Fernando Torres is fully warmed up. But good time to come on for Torres. Only 9 minutes played and 2-0 to the good against one of your arch rivals.
Well, Eto'o's made his contribution. He didn't last 10 minutes in the game, but this was a beautifully bent finish.
Well, it's difficult to know when he got that injury. Maybe that was it, making that run across the face for Schürrle to pop the ball into the back of the net. Let's hope that's not too long an injury. If he's actually walking off, so you know, I've seen and had these sorts of injuries before. You know, if you just tweak them, you can get back in a couple of weeks, Matt. But if it's worse than that, which I don't think it is by the way and the nature that he walked off the field, then it should be only a couple of weeks.
Chance for Fernando Torres, though.
Well, it's up to him. He's in a good position now. Just got to keep making the runs, get up to speed as quickly as he possibly can.
Maths is not my strong point, but I make that 2 minutes 13 seconds between the two goals. No foul there on Oscar by Gibbs, but Oscar got up and kept the ball.
They're giving the ball away again, though. It was a poor pass that gave us the opportunity.
Stunned here, don't they?
They look uncomfortable. And often we'll say this, Matt, we've said it, you know, month in, month out when we have these early kickoffs. Sometimes it's a little bit sloppy from certain teams, and we've fallen victim to that at times. But today, different story. We started the brighter.
Oh, Oscar almost squeezed that through for Schürrle. Another goal and it's game over, isn't it?
Well, you tend to think so.
And Luis penalised for a push in the back on Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Trouble is, you never know with Arsenal. Like all the big teams, even 3-0, you're never too sure. I'll settle for 4 and 5, to be honest, mate. Again, Zola a little bit flat-footed there, and Torres almost pinched the ball, and he's been arguably one of the problems for Arsenal.
Luis to feed Torres.
I'm surprised at that. I'm sure that Mertesacker's pass was passed before there was any contact, so misplaced pass that it was. Should have gone our way.
Up towards Giroud. Arsenal must get the next goal in the game, surely.
Yeah, clever play by Cesar Azpilicueta there as well.
If they're to get anything from it, I mean, of course, we want Chelsea to get as many as possible. Here's Eden Hazard. Referee playing advantage the first time, but he'll penalise Sagna second time round. Clever play, Eden Hazard. He's actually not got a lot of choices in front of him, but he's aware of Bakary Sagna's close attendance, shall we say. He could have got a free kick initially there, but there he uses his body, gets across Sagna. Sagna has to make contact. And when you're moving at that sort of speed, there's no way that Hazard can stay on his feet. So as soon as the contact comes the second time, we'll draw the free kick. And probably the better option than a pass, because there was nothing in front of him. Schürrle's delivery, easy for Szczesny this time.
Just overcooked. You know, it's not a bad ball. I didn't think Arsenal covered themselves in favours there defensively. I thought two of our, well, one of them was JT, but two of our attackers there got into great positions if the ball had been a bit flatter.
Zola. Maybe the game will finally settle down now. That's surely offside.
Do you know what? Kieran Gibbs looks at the pass. Podolski's made a good run there. He's onside. When he makes the run, and Gibbs has got the ball at his feet, but he dwells on the ball, Kieran Gibbs, and it gives Podolski no chance to stay onside. You know, sometimes we'll say, well, attackers move too quickly, but that was a perfect example of a defender dwelling slightly on the ball. He could have clipped it in a lot earlier. Not sure the free kick was just there, though. Petr could bring that another 30 yards further forward.
Arsenal, best away record in the league, but beaten 6-3 at Man City, 5-1 at Liverpool, and that was thanks to a blistering start from the home team on that day, and Chelsea have replicated that.
Again, good running from Schürrle. He's got himself into good space. Again, looking at their back line, Arsenal, they're very, very shaky. Koscielny and Mertesacker have had a good season between them, but they look too far apart. Kieran Gibbs looks like he wants to just attack and doesn't seem to want to cover around, so opportunities are there for us if we can keep this going.
Hooked up into the air by Sagna. No foul there by Oscar. Chelsea can break again here with Eden Hazard. And here's Fernando Torres. And he's teed up Hazard! Oh, it was almost three. The appeal is handball. Andre Mariner is giving himself some thinking time. He's pointed to the penalty spot.
But it's handball all day long. It's got to be a penalty. Kieran Gibbs has palmed this one round the post, and I'm sure he's got a hand on this. It's a good strike. It's on target. Yeah, there we see it. Let's see it from a slightly different angle, and then Hazard does well. There it is, handball, without a doubt.
And Kieran Gibbs has been sent off as well. He's pleading his case, but it's not going to do any good. Somebody's seen red, I'm sure. Well, this is the most crazy game, start to a football match, I think I've ever seen. Andre Mariner,
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's thinking about and why he's not
made it very clear here.
He's made the decision. Yeah, he sent Kieran Gibbs off, and he's pointed to the spot. Here we see it again. Well, that's handball. There's no doubt. I don't know why Gibbs. A red card. I don't know why Gibbs is complaining.
Tell you what, Clive, that was going wide.
It was going wide, but he didn't know that. I think he thought it was going in. He's made a poor decision.
Hang on, was it Oxlade-Chamberlain on the line? Well, there is just mass confusion around Stamford Bridge at the moment.
Well, whatever it was, handball, and it certainly is a penalty.
Gibbs. I think it was Oxlade-Chamberlain.
He may have got it wrong, the referee, and that's why Kieran Gibbs has gone mad. It's a poor decision by the referee if he's got the wrong man.
Like this is just a bizarre start to a football match. Andre Mariner has given Chelsea a penalty. He sent Kieran Gibbs off in what appears to be a case of mistaken identity, and Eden Hazard has got the chance to put Chelsea in front here with less than 20 minutes on the clock with a 3-0 lead. Hazard nerveless from the penalty spot. This might win the game for Chelsea. Hazard scores, of course he scores.
That's a good finish, isn't it? I mean, we would say a normal days when you're 2-0 up, there's really no pressure for the penalty taker, but such a big game against one of your biggest rivals. Every goal is important, and the calm head of Eden Hazard just puts that into the back of the net with ease. Well, the decision was correct. It was a penalty, it was handball. The big question is, did he get mistaken identity there, the referee? And one thing's a fact, we're 3-0 up. Well, the opening 20 minutes couldn't have gone any better, could it, Matt? Here we see it again.
It's Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's sent off the wrong player.
He has, he's got it totally wrong. Well, we'll hear some repercussions from that, Matt, I'm sure. Question mark is, what happens now? As we said earlier, 3-0 might not be enough, but down to 10 men, you'd have to say 3-0 probably is enough, and can we go on and get more?
Well, there was mass confusion up in the gantry right at the top of East Upper. We didn't really know what was going on in some respects, but Andre Mariner was a great deal closer than us, and he sent off the wrong player. I mean, that is an extraordinary mistake.
He's extraordinary, and I can't understand as well maybe what the linesman was doing on the far side. He's the nearest to the action, he's seen it, he's seen the player that's there, and he doesn't get it right. Or between them, they don't get it right. They get the decision right, but they don't get the right man, which is absolutely extraordinary.
What about Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain? Is there a case that he should go to the referee and say it was me?
Well, there's a question for it, isn't there? I mean, why not? You know, at the end of the day, referees are human, they are open to error. The one thing I would say is I saw Kieran Gibbs' reaction, and he was absolutely fuming. Yet, if you know you've handballed it, then you know what you've done.
Is he saying here, Oxlade-Chamberlain, it was me? He is, I think. I think he's saying it was me.
Yeah, he could be. The referee's not having it. Strange.
Andre Mariner is not going to be refereeing a Premier League game next weekend, I'll tell you that now.
Strange decision. He's got to get through this one now.
Well, Chris Foy irked Chelsea last weekend. Arsene Wenger will be raging against Andre Mariner, but the fact is his team are 3-0 down because of their own poor start to the match and Chelsea's brilliant one. Oxlade-Chamberlain will probably score now.
Well, won't that be ironic? One thing we could probably say, not 100%, but Kieran Gibbs probably wouldn't have scored. But yeah, Oxlade-Chamberlain, much more serious threat going forward.
But a defence that's rickety as it is anyway, and has made a really poor start to the match, has now got one less member.
Yeah, I just wonder.
They've gone 3 at the back, haven't they?
They have. I just wonder if that's going to be something that will be continued by Arsene Wenger. I mean, they are a pass inside. They do like to play a move.
Here's Sagna. Just having a quick look back through the record books. I'm seeing a 5-0 Chelsea win at Highbury in the League Cup in '98. See if we can better that. Here's Torres roaring forward. It's not a great pass to Schürrle, but there's nobody in the left-back position, so he'll collect the ball. Yeah,
I don't know why Schürrle ran in field there. I think he's obviously going direct for goal, but didn't need to make that run. Just hold his line and look across the line, make sure he stayed onside, and the gap was there for Torres to put the ball into. Again, just showing the frailties of Arsenal at the moment. Of course, down to 10 men, it's going to get harder for them.
Thomas Vermaelen is going to come on in a moment for Arsenal, so I wonder if the player they'll sacrifice will be Oxlade-Chamberlain. That would be interesting.
I think there's every chance of that, Matt.
Andre Mariner, when he gets into his dressing room at half-time, is going to realise what he's done.
Yeah. Well, the fact is as well, Oxlade-Chamberlain looked like he went over and told him, so I find it strange, you know, that the referee has gone with his own decision.
And you're right, Clive, that the referee's assistant on that far side had the best view in the house of that.
Yeah. We don't know if they were in communication, and we presume they were, but he actually didn't raise his flag to make sure that the referee came and had a chat with him. And if Oxlade-Chamberlain says to the referee, you know, you got the wrong man, but I think then he should communicate with his assistant.
Yeah, I think he did that after the card had already been shown. I mean, that shouldn't stop him from being able to say, I've made a mistake.
Yeah, he's the referee, he could change his mind. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, because what we like is we like the referees to make the right decisions and big decisions, and that's a huge decision. So if he goes back on what he did initially, we don't mind. I mean, the fact was he gave the penalty, which was definitely a penalty, and it's handball and someone should be sent off, but he's got the wrong man.
Here's Torres. Mertesacker slipped. Koscielny helped him out. Luis takes over. Room for a shot here. Good block that from Koscielny.
Yeah, there's one or two players slipping out there as well. It's a very well-watered pitch.
Got in 2 minds to find Hazard. Now Arsenal will be able to make the change.
Yeah, got in 2 minds there, didn't he, Oscar?
As Lucas Podolski is getting hooked.
Yeah, just having a look there at Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think he's actually
saying wrong player as well. Even the fourth official's got to help him out, hasn't he?
Well, I think so, because while all this was going on, there's a monitor downstairs where the fourth official stands. He can actually see the action over and over again, the same as we can on our monitors. And before he's made that decision with the red card, there was time to get it right. And he's obviously in communication with someone. I guess it's the fourth official, because he's looking at the monitor, which makes it even more bizarre. I suppose we'll know after the game, Matt. We'll find out in time.
So Vermaelen is on for Podolski. Torres has come on for the injured Eto'o. Chelsea have scored 3 goals. Arsenal have had a player incorrectly sent off, a case of mistaken identity. We've just passed the halfway point of the first half.
I can't believe it'll be as eventful for the rest of the game, but who knows the way it's going. All I know is our guys at the back will be desperate to keep a clean sheet, and we win the game.
And of course what Chelsea are doing is they're bumping up their own goal difference whilst hurting Arsenal's. Chelsea's was better than Arsenal's anyway, plus 33 as opposed to plus 25 before today.
Well, you like to think that while there's an opportunity, and when you're playing a team that's completely shell-shocked, a little bit of a mess at the back and down to 10 men, you like to think that the lads are seeing an opportunity. You know, at 3-0 they've won the game and they want to preserve that for sure, but there's going to be chances, and when there are, I would like to think we would take full advantage.
Well, we know that Jose likes to shut up shop at 2-0, but at 3-0 against 10 men, is there not a case to be made here that you might as well try and go and get 4 and 5?
Absolutely, I think so. I think the one thing is you don't want to give Arsenal anything at all. And if we'd have asked a question before the game, we'd have said 3-0 was enough. However, the game has changed dramatically.
I think Arsenal would take 3-0 now, to be honest. The way the game started.
Yeah, I think they probably will.
And Cesar Azpilicueta, he got his first and only goal at the Emirates back in October. Making his 50th Premier League appearance for Chelsea today. Oscar. Oh, nice shape on his cross.
Well, there's their problem, Arsenal. Every time they clear their lines, it's falling to a Chelsea boot at the moment. And going to be a very tough afternoon for Giroud. Well, the one that's caused the biggest problem for me, for them, well, it's through midfield, but Gianfranco Zola for me. He's dwelt on the ball, he's given the ball away, he's put their team on the back foot. Their passing has not been the best, which is strange for them, because Zola's been very, very slow out the blocks, and we've got at him and won the ball off him, and that's, for me, is where their decline started.
You know how we usually say these lunchtime kickoffs take a while to get going?
Well, I think Chelsea got it going from the start, and that's what I said earlier. I didn't think Arsenal came out of the blocks very, very well, but I think Chelsea certainly did.
Think back to that Giroud chance, though. I think that was at 0-0, was it?
Yes, it was.
Like a long time ago.
That was a great opportunity for Giroud to open the scoring.
Oh, it's poor from Vermaelen. Ivanovic looking for Oscar, or maybe for Schürrle. Sanya in the way. Vermaelen's not had a lot of football, you know. He'll be a bit rusty.
And again, though, all sorts of problems for Arsenal.
Zola winning the free kick.
I think that was out of kindness the referee gave them a free kick there. I think Cazorla's tried to do too much on the ball and got too many bodies around him. It's fallen over. And the referee's giving him the benefit of the doubt. Again, another pass goes astray. Strange, Arteta blames Oxlade-Chamberlain for the pass. I thought Arteta made a poor pass there. So all sorts of problems for Arsenal at the moment.
Haven't had a goal for 10 minutes.
Yeah, the game's gone a bit flat, hasn't it, though, as well. I think we could see a lot of this in the second half, especially if we get another one.
But Chelsea have played in midweek. Here's Cahill. Schürrle's made a really good start to the game, wanting to make the most of a Premier League start, which have been something of a rarity in his first season.
It's a training ground game now, isn't it? 10v11, and the 10 are just defending, not bothering to push on or come out, and the 11 are just taking their time.
Goal for Eden Hazard, by the way. The third in a row he scored from the penalty spot. 16 for the season for him now. He's 5 ahead of Eto'o, who's next on 11.
Well, there's that chance again. I think there's absolutely no doubt that it's a penalty. But the controversy is all about the referee's decision, getting the wrong man.
Just don't understand why Oxlade-Chamberlain did it. It was going wide.
Well, again, it's more of an attacker, isn't it, in a defensive position, and not getting his bearings right. I like to think in those situations a fullback would know where his post is. But when an attacker drifts back behind his fullback, just to cover, to help cover, to get into the right position, maybe just got his bearings slightly wrong. Didn't see anything wrong with this at all.
Rosicky hoping that Andre Marin is going to try and level things out.
Yeah. Well, let's hope he doesn't.
Rosicky. Oxlade-Chamberlain will feel he's got to put in the performance of his life now. Wonder what Kieran Gibbs will say to him at half-time. Thanks, mate. He's giving it away, Oxlade-Chamberlain. Luis motoring forward, and Luis going for goal! Oh, it was almost 4.
It's actually a good save. He's done really well there, Wojciech Szczesny. It's a little deflection from David Luiz, but Oxlade-Chamberlain giving the ball away cheaply. Luiz runs on, lots and lots of space. The deflection makes it more difficult for the goalkeeper, but he reacts well. Thought it was going in though, Matt.
Hasn't scored yet this season, David Luiz. This is the first corner of the match, by the way. What's Andre Mariner going to do now? Terry and Cahill up from the back. Schürrle's delivery. Terry accepting another corner.
They're just suggesting there was a handball there.
It's going to have to be stone wall.
Yeah, Vermaelen just
another one.
He just had his arms tucked in. I don't think it's a penalty. But we'll take the corner nonetheless, because their marking's not been good today.
Schürrle's curler, straight to Szczesny. Oh dear, dear, what's he done there, the goalkeeper? Threw it against his own man.
He's thrown it against Giroud, has he? Great play, Azpilicueta.
Oh, nice ball back to him from Hazard. Going to be a Chelsea free kick, foul by Koscielny on Oscar.
Yeah, and there's absolutely no need for it. Koscielny's having an awful time out there today. Absolutely no need to make this. I only say a suggestion of a slight tug by Ivanovic.
That was a bit naughty by Ivanovic.
Yeah.
He put his hand on the ball.
Yeah, not seen by the referee, but they've got away with it, Arsenal. But again, Koscielny's just given away a free kick in a dangerous area when he really doesn't need to make the challenge.
Oscar's delivery. Sanya away as far as Eden Hazard. Looper from Nemanja Matic. As you say, Clive, it's a training exercise now, isn't it? 10v11.
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose you can understand Arsenal's mentality at this stage. You know, they've lost the game in the first 20 minutes. They now just, it's damage limitation for them. You know, do they try and get back into it, or do they, you know, try and just shore it up and just allow the game to drift away from them, which he obviously has done at 3-0, but takes a lot of stuffing out of you as well. I'll tell you, you know, that desire and drive and ability, you're running purely on adrenaline, and just a little bit of pride as well.
And I imagine you're looking up at the clock every 2 minutes and seconds pass like hours.
I mean, from Arsenal's point of view, they can't wait for the final whistle. From Chelsea's point of view, we'll take the 3 points. Still a long way though. And there'll be some personal situations out there as well. People like Fernando Torres, who like to score. David Luiz be another one who will want to get forward if he can. So there'll be some personal. Oscar hasn't probably scored for a while.
Yeah, since that free kick against Stoke in January. Luiz looking for his first of the season. Torres wanting to keep pace with Eto'o.
There's the other side of it as well. The players will be thinking, well, here we are, middle to late March, and lots of games still to play, coming up quite quickly, so don't want to take too much out of the body, and it certainly will give Jose a chance to make changes as and when. You know, if we can get maybe 1 or even 2 more, you might see a chance for Thomas Callas, for instance.
Well, I was going to say it'd be a good day for Mohamed Salah to come on, wouldn't it?
Mohamed Salah as well, yeah. And of course Demba Ba, who loves coming on and scoring goals.
Ten minutes of the first half left. Chelsea 3-0 in front.
Yeah, one of those though, Matt, you could never ever predict, can you? It's impossible to predict scorelines, but events during games.
header from John Terry. Oxlade-Chamberlain showing tight control. I wonder what's running through his mind at the moment.
He's probably thinking, what's the manager and everybody going to say at half-time?
Yeah, it wasn't a particularly forceful, hey, you must send me off. It was me, not Gibbs, was it? It was a sort of meek...
Yeah, by the way, Resh, I think you may have got it wrong.
Rosicki. Zola, blocked at source by his fellow Spaniard Azpilicueta. Oxlade-Chamberlain falls over.
Sums his day up.
Well done, Andre Schürrle.
Just needed to attack the space there, Schürrle. Don't know why he needed to come back. There's space for him to run into. He's quick.
He's overcooked his cross.
Well, he's not had many opportunities, Bakary Sagna, to get forward, has he, in this first half? And then with his opportunity, very, very wasteful, but good play by Eden Hazard. Just saw that Azpilicueta tucked inside and he just needed to get back into position. And sometimes 3-0 up, you're a wide player, you're an exciting player, you want to get forward, the likes of Schürrle and Hazard, but there's still a job to do. And I'm sure Jose will be keeping an eye on those small little things that are all part of a player's makeup.
Loads of space here for Nemanja Matic. Some for Oscar as well through the middle. Matic going alone for now. Here's Hazard. Ivanovic offering himself right side. Here he is. Two in the centre. More joining now. Not a great cross, but it's come out to Schürrle.
It's a good ball by Schürrle, though, wasn't it? Just sets up the opportunity for the cross. David Luiz 35 yards from goal. The fans are shouting, shoot! Good day, I suppose, to see a David Luiz screamer.
It's a corner.
Yeah, good running again by Oscar. I like to see him playing up behind the front man and make those little darting runs in behind defenders. Just upsets the apple cart slightly. Oxlade-Chamberlain going with him on this occasion and getting a block in, but at the expense of a corner.
Up towards Ivanovic. Here's Matic. Trying to tempt Koscielny maybe. Low cross in the end, easily dealt with by Arteta. Schürrle. Deflected. Well held by Szczesny.
Yeah, it seemed to take a long time to get the shot away, but when he does, it's a sweet strike. Just blocked by, or deflected, should we say, by an Arsenal player, and Szczesny just goes down on it quite easily. But you have to say that these opportunities are still there for Chelsea to maybe increase the scoreline.
Well, this is not how he envisaged his 1000th game as Arsenal manager going, is it?
Well, he won't forget it, that's for sure. I don't think many of us will.
He's got a convenient get-out as well now, with the red card, mistaken identity, although, you know, it was a red card offence, whoever committed it, and they were already 2-0 down at that stage.
Well,
but that's going to get the headlines, isn't it, rather than...
Yes, and it's a shame because we started very, very well and Arsenal started poorly. And I think Arsene Wenger should really focus on the way his own team started, and it hasn't been good by them. And we've taken full advantage. Yes, there is the obvious mistake from the referee, but by then it's almost as good as over.
No surprise that Arsenal haven't troubled Czech since the dismissal of Gibbs. Well taken down by Fernando Torres. Schürrle nods it back his way. It's going to break for Eden Hazard. Why not?
What a chance. This is the one you want to run sweetly onto your foot, and there's a slide in by Oxlade-Chamberlain. Maybe just put Hazard off a bit, but the deflected ball took it into his path. Why not, as you say, Matt? Take the shot on from that sort of distance. Great interplay as well between Schürrle and Torres. That's always good to see, especially with the likes of Eto'o having gone off early, Torres coming into the fold, and Schürrle making a little bit of a rare start.
Half-time rapidly approaching. Love to be a fly on the wall in the Chelsea dressing room, the Arsenal one, and the officials. What's the plan for the second half for Chelsea then?
I don't think there really will be a plan. I think the players will be experienced enough to understand the situation. And the situation as Torres goes through again.
Chance for number 4 maybe here, forced wide. Options though. One of them's Oscar! It's for Torres, teed it up. Oscar put it in from inside the 6-yard box. This is a day that is turning into one we shall never forget. It is Chelsea 4, Arsenal 0, and it's not even half-time.
Well, I was going to say icing on the cake, but there's a long way to go yet, and it's a nice finish from close range by Oscar, but all made by Fernando Torres. And again, Arsenal sloppy play through midfield have given us the chance. And even with 10 men, you don't defend like this. Schürrle does well, just turns the ball round the corner. Mertesacker's nowhere to be seen. Torres does really well. I think initially his thought was to take a shot on, but his touch wasn't there, the first touch. His second touch just takes it away from goal, so his next thought is lay it on a plate for somebody else. He does it perfectly. Into the path of Oscar. Lovely, lovely finish.
Double figures for the season for Oscar. I'll tell you what, I'm pleased that we're commentating on this game and not writing a report for a newspaper, because it'd take you a couple of pages to describe the first half.
Well, it just makes you feel there's more goals, doesn't it? And how many is the question.
Rosicky looking for Giroud. As you say, Clive, Chelsea will be desperate to keep a clean sheet. The back 5 will be hammering home that point at half-time. Here comes Oscar, though.
Just pushed him a bit wide, didn't it? Chance then for Oscar.
And for Matic, deflected. Oh dear, dear. Koscielny did well to stay on his feet after that.
Well, he's got a good block in, to be fair to him, because Matic has struck this really well. He's gone for the instep, he's just trying to side foot and curl it into goal. Started it outside the post. It was coming in. I don't think Chesney would have got something on it. So I don't think it maybe not have gone in, but good block by the centre-back on this occasion.
Rosicky just fell over there, didn't he?
I thought he stumbled over his own feet there. Well, not a good day for the referee. He'd be thinking there's nothing he can do about it now. He's just got to get on with the game, as players do.
Yeah, he's complaining. He's got right to complain, but mistaken identity or not, his team have been blown away here. They've been decidedly second best. Chelsea have been irresistible. And Matic has gone down because Zola plays on and feeds Giroud. And Giroud goes for goal and ripples the side netting.
Well, there's no problem with Giroud having a go, to be honest. The chances are going to be few and far between for Arsenal. And well, one in midfield on this occasion. And the pass was good, touch was good. The shot was just off target, but well worthy of the strike from that sort of distance. Just a sign, though, that Chelsea need to be on their toes. We do need to keep a clean sheet.
into 3 minutes of stoppage time. He's given a corner there, hasn't he? That looked like a goal kick from up here.
It was a goal kick. I think he's got that one wrong. The lines are on the far side as well. Now is there time to take this corner? More controversy, of course, if we score. I think that was a goal kick, but played by the officials' decisions.
Torres looking for the near post flick on. Another corner, 5th of the half for Chelsea. Delivery up toward Terry.
It's a good ball as well, wasn't it? John Terry usually thrives on balls like that. Unlucky not to make decent contact.
You've been in the game a lot longer than me. Have you ever seen a first half of football like this? Might not be over yet. Here's Andre Schürrle. Another corner.
I can't recall one, Matt. I can't recall one off the top of my head, but again, looking at that ball that we just saw there, Schürrle's drifted in behind Santi Cazorla, and again he's just totally unaware of the positioning that he should be in, and he's caused Arsenal lots and lots of problems today. Don't get me wrong, he's great on the ball, but when you're looking to work hard away from home, it hasn't happened for him.
Schürrle's delivery this time. He'll drop out the sky for Eden Hazard. Still with him, trying to guide it that time.
You've got a few players forward here. Well played, Azpilicueta.
Rosicky.
That's on target, isn't it? You have to say comfortable for Petr. Eden Hazard again defensively doing well. Just getting as close as he can to Rosicky and stopping him from getting a clear strike. Well played, Torres.
Here's Torres again. He's a really positive impact since his introduction. It's a great game to come on and play in, mind you. Amazing, extraordinary, incredible, outrageous, all of the above. Andre Mariner is the focus of the cameras, but it's Chelsea who've blown Arsenal away here. Samuel Eto'o opened the scoring on 5 minutes. 2 minutes 13 seconds later, Andre Schürrle made it 2. Eto'o since gone off injured. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain should have been sent off, but in a case of mistaken identity, Kieran Gibbs was instead. Eden Hazard scored the subsequent penalty. Oscar added a fourth, yes, a fourth, 3 minutes before half-time. We're going to go and have a lie down. At the break, at the Bridge, it's Chelsea 4, Arsenal 0. So, yeah, Jenkinson, a natural right-back. Sanya swaps over. Koscielny had an absolute nightmare in the first half.
Had a terrible first half.
Matic giving it away. Here's Giroud. And Tete stabs it out in the direction of Cazorla.
Again, we don't want to start flat and you know, start like we have done on some occasions. I think we need to start quickly. We need to get the ball into the playmakers and get them moving, get the ball fizzing around, make Arsenal run around and work hard.
Ivanovic touched away from Sanya. Schürrle watches it onto his boot.
Super pass by Petr there with his right foot. This is what we need to be, in control of the football, in control of the game, the pace of the game. Getting the ball from side to side and just again waiting for those opportunities. Good run by Schürrle. Oh, just offside. Tight call. he started
just off.
He started in an offside position and remained so. Didn't really ever get back into the right position there.
Sagna. It's this rejig back four for Arsenal. Vermaelen's much happier playing centre half than he was full back. Here's Matic, Torres rather. Schürrle in the middle. Torres going alone. Fernando Torres blocked by Mertesacker. David Luiz. Good save by Szczesny. Luiz's wait for a goal goes on.
He does ever so well, Fernando Torres. Just uses his body weight very, very well to get it into a good position. He just really maybe could have pulled the trigger a bit quicker as he takes it there. Maybe the shot comes in a bit quicker. Mertesacker wouldn't have made the block. It's a free shot for David Luiz and good save by Szczesny. Good start by Chelsea.
Hazard. Luiz deep to the back post, too deep.
He's got himself into a good position there, John Terry. I think he's disappointed that the ball wasn't a little bit better than David Luiz, but good footwork by Torres. Uses his body well. Mertesacker with the block. Free shot for David Luiz.
Torres will be desperate to add his name to the ever-increasing list of scorers. Here's Giroud at the other end. Almost bumbled his way through. Matic again been excellent so far, as has this man, Andre Schürrle. Hazard. Might stay in play, it has. Incredible.
Good running again by Schürrle, isn't it?
Didn't give up the seemingly lost cause.
That's good play, because Torres was in an offside position. He knew he couldn't play the ball initially. Just pops it out wide to Hazard and continues his run from deep, and just gave Arsenal a problem again, running from deep with his pace.
I think I'm right in saying that 5-0 win in the League Cup in the 98-99 season was Chelsea's biggest ever win against Arsenal. So a chance to create a bit of history maybe today. Chelsea the only team yet to lose a home game in the Premier League this season, and that surely isn't going to change today. 7 games to go after this, and after today only Liverpool away next month against a team who start this weekend in the top half of the table. Now that can work both ways, of course, because there are some games to come against teams who are fighting for their lives, not least Cardiff on the last day.
Well, always in the running, Matt. It gets harder and harder. Players get tireder and the pressure mounts as we get to that stage, but one game at a time, and this one first, we've got to win this one, make sure and try and keep a clean sheet and try and add to our goal tally as well.
Arsenal's running isn't too bad, but they've got Manchester City at the Emirates next weekend. If they lose that, you would say they're out of the title race, but their last 3 are Newcastle at home, West Brom at home, and then they finish at Norwich. Of course, Chelsea have got a Champions League tie against Paris Saint-Germain for a place in the semi-finals to look forward to. Arsenal have got an FA Cup semi-final against Wigan on the horizon. Picked up toward Oscar. Sagna almost got too much on that, through to Szczesny.
Had to be accurate with the header, didn't he? When goalkeeper and defender get as close as that, we've often seen it popped in behind. Actually nothing for Arsene Wenger to be happy about on the bench in his 1000th game for Arsenal. Steve bowled alongside him as well.
Almost 500th ended in defeat here. That was only 1-0 though. Can you imagine what the score would be if Didier Drogba was out there playing for Chelsea? Always scored against Arsenal.
He certainly had a good record, didn't he, Didier? Against the Gunners.
He filled his boots this afternoon. That is a poor tackle from Thomas Rosicky on Azpilicueta. It's a free kick. There's going to be further punishment as well. in the form of a yellow card.
He's actually gone through Azpilicueta to get to the ball, and I think that's why the referee feels it's deemed as a yellow card. I think it probably looked worse than what it actually was. Azpilicueta just gets his boot there first, moves the ball on. Rosicky with a late challenge, and it's his momentum that has gone through Cesar, but I think the nature of his fall probably made it look a lot worse than it actually was. I think he'll be okay.
Searching ball from Terry, skips off the turf too quickly for Torres to catch up to, but he applauds the idea.
Yeah, a little bit too straight. I think he's actually looking for Eden Hazard here, and Torres making one of those long busting runs in behind.
Azpilicueta limping, but I think he's going to be all right. No Ashley Cole still. Not been Rosicki's afternoon, not been Arsenal's.
I was just going to say, imagine what a yellow card does for you, for Rosicky.
Hazard looking for Ivanovic. Sanya. Arteta. Sanya. Here's Arteta. Space out wide right for Carl Jenkinson.
Good defending, Schürrle. Again, as always, when the ball switches from one side to the other, wide players have to get back into the right position. And he's done well there.
Been a bright sunny afternoon for the most part. Cloud just starting to cover the pitch now. It's all sunshine and smiles for Chelsea though. Flamini. Rosicky with the reverse pass looking for Sanya. No problem for Gary Cahill. Arsenal looking a bit more resilient in this second half. I was chatting with our Chelsea TV colleague Pat Nevin at half-time. He was asking, why did it take Arsene Wenger so long to actually change the formation around? There were three at the back with Vermaelen way out of position. They just invited Chelsea on.
Certainly was a strange one, wasn't it? They were all over the place, Arsenal, and maybe Wenger needs to get his players into the dressing room. I often say this, I find it difficult that players can't change things during a half. It takes the manager to intervene at half-time to turn things around, and you're looking for someone, a captain, to reorganise out there on the field of play.
Arsenal's first corner, not a good one. Yeah, somebody like Per Mertesacker, 96 caps for Germany.
Well, you'd have thought so. He'd have been a perfect example, wouldn't he? But I don't know if he feels he's got that authority out there. But I find that more prominent in modern day football anyway, as a general rule of thumb.
So in your day you would have been trusted by the manager to be able to do something like that, and it wouldn't be seen as, you know, going against his wishes? Or
yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had obviously quite a few youngsters in the team, but we had some serious senior heads. You know, Peter Bonetti was still in goal for us, and Ron Harrison, and essentially Mickey Droy. You know, big characters, big guys who made decisions on the field of play. And if they felt it needed to be changed, they told you. They said, you stand there, and reorganised. And they would deal with the manager then at half-time. But from the situation Arsenal had, it was desperate. It was desperate, and I agree with Pat. You know, it was a desperate situation that needed desperate measures, but it needed characters to stand up and be counted. And that has been a question mark about Arsenal in the past. Well, it leads you back to Chelsea, and if it was happening in reverse, you'd probably said, well, John Terry, Frank Lampard, those types of players, even Petr Cech. you know, are characters who would make decisions.
Ivanovic, Cahill, Matic, Luis, there's a team full of really strong characters, and that's a big difference, isn't it? It might prove to be come May. Arsenal have got a free kick here.
As always, concentration's massive for us. You know, we need to keep this clean sheet. But a disappointment to the day if we do let a goal in.
Dinked up by Arteta. Poor one, straight onto Terry's head. Could be a break on here. Arteta's got to shield this from Schürrle. He was being fouled according to the referee's assistant down in front of us, but referee happy for play to go on. Flamini couldn't keep that in play, having taken it away from David Luiz. No sign of a Chelsea substitution so far. Nobody out warming up down in front of us as yet. As we approach the hour mark. Oscar looking to get past Jenkinson.
He's recovered well, the fullback, hasn't he? Well, Oscar got away from him, but he's very quick to get back into position. You're right, just wonder at what stage, 3 minutes before the usual time, that Jose makes a change, usually around about the 60-minute mark. As we say that, Mohamed Salah warming up in front of us. Maybe he'll be the first guy.
Here's Rosicky. Only Giroud advanced of him. Rosicky going alone. Now running into Azpilicueta.
You don't want to do that. He's too clever at that one-on-one, Azpilicueta.
It's clever from David Luiz. Oh, Schürrle offside. He doesn't think so. I'm inclined to agree with him on first viewing.
Well, I think it's probably the closest one that we've had that might suggest he's onside, but let's have another look. Well, I think I'd have to say he was level on this occasion. Maybe the linesman has got this one wrong. Schürrle being told by the referee. I think sometimes when you're looking across the line as a linesman, the closer you are, sometimes the harder it is to make that decision.
Dumped on by Cazorla to Giroud, nodded down for Flamini. Sent back to the Frenchman. Done well in a tight space. Cazorla couldn't replicate it. Definitely not handball by Matic there.
It's not handball, is it? And I think he's done really well there, Matic, to win the ball. But in saying that again, Cazorla's pass was poor.
Flamini.
Chelsea fans just picking up the volume a little bit. They just feel Arsenal are gaining a little bit of momentum, although they're not breaking through as yet. Don't forget they're down to 10 men and at the moment controlling the game.
And Sanya. Rosicky, Arsenal playing for pride. Cazorla. As close as they've come all afternoon.
It's half decent, isn't it? And again, we talk about the Chelsea players, and maybe there's going to be an intervention from the manager to change and turn things around. Needs a little bit of a lift. I think we need to get the players squeezed a little bit higher up the park. We've gone off that engagement. You know, we were engaged earlier on, Matt. We're not engaging with them at all at the moment.
Jose Mourinho out to the touchline to express that. Oh, Torres offside. Another close one.
Close one. Jenkinson on the far side was just a little bit slow in coming up. He's really unlucky here, Torres. Good flick on by Schürrle. It's the right decision, though. Just feel that there's going to be one of those for the likes of Schürrle or Torres to run onto.
Arsenal have really shored things up in the second half. Maybe no surprise that it's been a bit flat with the game effectively over after, well, 17 minutes.
Well, it's understandable. We did say that in the first half, that the second half could be a bit flat and a bit quiet. Very much like a training game.
Ivanovic. Oh, Cahill, that's risky.
He's got away with it, but I think the ball needed to be opened up and just doesn't quite strike it as sweetly as he wanted to. I think we need to take control of the ball again. And that's what the players are trying to do, just have a bit of possession and just try and keep the ball. But you know, we've got players who are just not involved in the game. We've not seen a great deal of Hazard. And we know needs to be on the ball a lot if we're going to be sparkling. That's a good run.
Torres, no flag this time. Checking back inside, trying to wriggle away from Sanya. Teeing up Oscar! Just over, Chelsea say corner. Andre Mariner says goal kick.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about the shape of Oscar when he tries to take this on. Torres does really, really well to stand on his feet and just bring Oscar into the game. That's a very difficult one to bend into the far, what I believe the far top corner he was looking for. Too close to the goalkeeper. Like a touch there from Szczesny. I think if he puts his laces through this, Oscar, he's got a better chance to score.
Mertesacker. There's Flamini. Zola twisting and turning through the legs of Matic.
Yeah, he wasn't doing that in the first half, was he? He wasn't getting out of trouble. And I think that was their problem. Now he's getting out of trouble. He's got a little bit of support from Flamini and Arteta. I think him and Rosicky are now looking to use the ball better. But when he was in a tight situation in the first half, he was getting stuck. Now he's getting out of trouble.
Arteta's delivery. No, it's a really good one as well, and it was a good opportunity.
It's a free header for Flamini. Should have done better. It's a great run by Hazard.
And he'll get there. And he was fouled by Sanya.
Why has he made this challenge? I really don't. A great run by Eden Hazard. Super ball down the line by Fernando Torres. But why does he need to come? Look, he just charged into the back of him. He's got no chance of winning the ball.
Oscar. Hazard drilled it at Sanya. It will be a throw. Chelsea forced into the one change with Eto'o going off. So Oscar gives it away to Giroud, and Giroud goes for the Hail Mary. And then looks down at the pitch and blames that.
Yeah, well, I think it's on. Penicek's a long way out of his goal, and Oscar gives the ball away a little bit cheaply. I don't think Giroud is going to outrun the rest of the Chelsea defence, so worth the effort.
Hazard. Oscar. That's Piliqueta, pointing to where he wants the movement, gives it short to Schürrle. That's Piliqueta again. First time ball in, headed away by Mertesacker. Oscar. Oscar! 5-0! Oscar gets his second of the afternoon. Szczesny probably should have kept it out, but it's a 5-star showing from Chelsea. And Arsene's Arsenal have been blown away.
Well, you'd have to say it's quick feet by Oscar, and again Arsenal have given the ball away cheaply in midfield. But you're right, Matt, I think the goalkeeper should have done a lot better. Having said that, we often say hit the target, you hit the target, you've got a chance to score. It bounces in front of the goalkeeper, but to be fair, it's not got a great deal of pace, and he should have done a lot better. Maybe just sums up Arsenal's day. Poor attempt by the goalkeeper, and Chelsea take a 5-goal lead.
And that was his last kick of the ball. Oscar was due a goal, he's got two of them. He makes his way off the pitch to a standing ovation. The brilliant Brazilian giving way for the last 25 minutes or so to Mohamed Salah, who comes on in an absolutely fabulous position with his team 5-0 in front.
Well, he's been excellent, Oscar, hasn't he? And when your luck's in, your luck's in. But you earn your own luck by hard work, and his work rate has been good. He's played up top with Torres for Mohamed Samuel Eto'o in the early stages for all the game, and he's ducked and dived, he's tried to find space, and he's found himself an opportunity to get the fifth goal, and comes off to a tidy applause from the fans. Nothing, of course, that Arsene Wenger can do now. Made all his substitutions, and just have to accept what's happening on the field.
Some in the Arsenal end have seen enough. That part of the shed is emptying. Matic, Torres, Hazard back to David Luiz. Oh, he's lost it, Szczesny. Torres, he got it at the second go with help from Mertesacker.
Was that a nervous goalkeeper now? Because again, the shot wasn't really powerful from David Luiz. It's on target, but it's not the most powerful of shots, and he parries it and gives Torres half a chance to sneak in and nip in for another goal.
Well, it's a day that we're not going to forget for a long, long time, for all the right reasons. It's one that will give Arsenal nightmares for years to come.
Well, I think he'll also give Andre Mariner, the referee, nightmares for quite a long time as well. You always say you want them to make the big decisions and call them correctly. And if that means changing your mind, then so be it, as long as you get the decision right. And that decision to send off the wrong player will certainly rancor in his mind for quite a while. That's a simple catch for Szczesny. Should have done a lot better. Does recover though.
How will this result affect both teams going forward for the rest of the season? It will fill Chelsea with confidence. It will shatter Arsenal's, won't it?
I think the confidence from Chelsea would be the way we started. You know, we started so well, and unfortunately the wrong player getting sent off might overshadow the way we played in the first stages of the game. You know, we scored goals, the penalty, you know, that's again a decision the referee makes, and so for the first three goals we were superb, and we dropped off at the pace a little bit, and understandably so. But we have played well, and it will brighten things up, I'm sure.
It's like John McKellovey's going to come and join us shortly. Arsenal, by the way, now at the Etihad, Anfield and the Bridge combined have conceded 16 goals this season.
It's a lot, isn't it?
6-3 at City, 5-1 at Liverpool, 5-0 today. That's why they ain't going to win the title. Matic, no flag here against Mohamed Salah for his first Chelsea goal. He's done it. It's 6. It is a record-breaking day for Chelsea. 6 goals against Arsenal, and everybody goes to Mohamed Salah to congratulate the Egyptian on a moment he will never forget. It's his first goal in Chelsea blue.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, wonderful finish by Salah. But I said it some 10-15 minutes ago, we're going to get a chance where someone runs in from deep and they're going to be onside, and Salah's done it to perfection here, and his pace is just taking him away from all the Arsenal defenders. It gives him time on the ball. He draws Szczesny and just slots past him with ease. And of course, when you're winning the game at 5-0, does make it a lot easier. No pressure on Salah, but he still had to do it for his first goal.
And Jose Mourinho celebrates it like it was the first. It is the first for Salah.
That'll do him the world of good as well. You know, we haven't seen a great deal of him, and maybe next season is a time when we're going to see more But anything he can get this season, time-wise and goal-wise, I'm sure will help his cause. Give him that little bit of confidence in and around the dressing room and training ground at Cobham area. Just make him stand up and be a little bit more counted in his own personal way.
John Mikel Obi on for David Luiz in the final Chelsea change. I said to you before kick-off, this will either be 0-0 or there'll be lots of goals. I didn't.
Yeah, you did say 3-3 though, didn't you? Or 4-3 either way. Yeah, nobody could have seen this. Nobody at all.
Got 18 minutes to go. What was it, 8 against Wigan?
Well, you wouldn't put it past Chelsea to get at least one more. You know, the way we've played and the way that Arsenal are deteriorating as this second half wears on, it can only be positive for Chelsea in the oncoming minutes of the game.
Torres is, well, the last thing to happen is a Torres goal, really, isn't it? Or maybe a Mikel one.
Well, we always want icing on the cake, and it'll do Fernando Torres the world of good, of course, to score.
You do get greedy at times like this, don't you? You can't help it.
Absolutely, as a centre forward, I expect Torres to shoot every time he gets a chance.
Matic. All the talk in the build-up about Arsene Wenger's 1000th game as Arsenal manager. Sure, very few of the preceding 999 will have hurt in the way that this one will.
Well, that's true. He will be hurt by it. One thing, if he's honest with himself, he'd be hurt by the way Arsenal started the game.
Touch from Andre Mariner. Here's Arteta. Goal for Arsenal now would not even be a consolation. Flamini wants a free kick there. Nothing doing.
No chance. Absolutely no chance. Peticek's given the ball away. But yeah, no chance. He's just run into John Terry. Never going to be anything more than just allowing the play to continue.
Success in failure is the chant. Chelsea have just been irresistible today. I mean, you've got to say it because of the scoreline, but this is the best performance of the season. It's as good a performance as anyone in the Premier League's put on this season, I'd suggest. Yeah,
obviously disappointment the other day, wasn't there, against Villa, and you want a response, and one's come up now. You know, we've really played well. We did really well against Galatasaray during midweek as well, Matt, to be honest. Poor performances have been few and far between, and understandably that's why we're top of the league. And today's performance has topped most of them, but again, still a long way to go. The goal difference will certainly be helped today. Wasn't a game that you thought goal difference was going to come into play.
Chelsea are boosted theirs to plus 39 now. And Arsenal's has gone down to plus 19. So only 2 behind Liverpool ahead of their game at Cardiff later today in terms of goal difference. Hill and Cech just about dealing with that. Oh, and then brilliantly done to keep Chelsea on the ball. by Ivanovic.
He's done well, hasn't he, there? I thought Santi Zola might have gone to ground there and tried to win a free kick, but Planner does well just to get his body in the way. I think Gary Carroll's made the right decision. Just got the ball out of the danger area. Just gets caught in the back with the back of the backside there with the knee of Petr in the collision. He's okay.
Ivanovic. Arsenal chasing shadows at the moment as the game heads towards its conclusion. Hazard. He was clipped there, he's gone down. Play's going on though. Well done, Salah. That's surely a foul by Sagna, indeed it is.
It's a poor challenge as well by Sagna, possibly a very tired challenge. Salah's first touch, absolutely immaculate. So you can't make a challenge from that side. Salah's body's in the way. Got to go through him to get to the ball. It's got to be a foul. There's a chance for somebody else to score. Maybe one of the defenders coming forward here, Matt. Or does Fernando Torres get there?
Schürrle on the free kick. Oh, came through to Terry and bounced off his knee. Come out to Matic. Away by Flamini.
Not a lot of space to work in, but again the ball going forward for Arsenal, and Chelsea picking up the bits and pieces, so they know it will be coming back at them so very, very quickly.
Sagna. Rosicki looking for Giroud. No foul there by Azpilicueta.
That's certainly one of those where there's contact. Giroud's just trying to get in position. Azpilicueta stands his ground and Giroud goes down. And that's definitely one of those where, when it's contact, fall over. Well, another goal would be nice, wouldn't it, Matt? Am I being greedy?
A little, but why not? This is the day to be so.
Well, I think there's got to be another chance maybe before the end of the game. It's also been sensible play by Chelsea in this second half. As you said, at half time, you know, it's a question of keeping the ball, not giving Arsenal any chances. We haven't done that. It's been good play.
Schürrle out to Ivanovic. Ivanovic's low cross. Szczesny dealt with that one.
It's a decent ball in, isn't it? I just thought Torres maybe might have got on the end of it, but wasn't to be so. And you see the ball across the face of the goal, and just thought Torres maybe running the wrong side of Vermaelen.
Mikel. Zola. Piliqueta putting the brakes on and then finding Hazard. Salah.
Jenkinson, who slipped and really worked hard to get back into position, but they're giving the ball away again.
To Torres. He'll chase this down, Fernando Torres, but Szczesny races off his line to get there first.
You can see what's in his head though, Torres, can't you? Just wants to get a shot away. This is a good day to score goals.
Salah's done well to win it off Sagna. Oh, brilliant skill. Now Ivanovic. Back to Salah. Oh, well, the shot couldn't match what had come before it.
Yeah, a little bit of overexcitement perhaps, but it's wonderful skills. Going on this near touchline to set Ivanovic away. Gets the return pass, but slow off balance when he takes this shot on. I'm not surprised he went quite a way wide, but good to see him out there enjoying himself. Mohamed Salah, this will do him the world of good.
Final of the 4 London derbies in the month of March is at Selhurst Park next weekend. Next Premier League game here at the Bridge is against Stoke on the 5th of April. Here's Ivanovic. Oh, Mertesacker completely missed that. Hazard takes over. Matic. Salah, Matic, Schürrle, wasn't very far wide.
Strikes it sweetly, doesn't he? Schürrle gets a good bit of weight behind the ball as well. Just first touch, just gets away from him slightly. He's had to pull it back towards that far post. But good pace on the strike. Szczesny has to go down and make sure the ball's going wide. But another good chance.
Hazard. Nice triangles of passing from Chelsea, and Hazard's got away from Mertesacker. Jenkinson chasing back. Still Hazard. Oh, try to give it to Torres.
Arteta reads it very, very well, doesn't he, and gets across in front of Torres, but maybe the pass wasn't quite as good as the build-up play.
Giroud. Asking an awful lot of Sagna. How about Mohamed Salah in the right-back position?
Yeah, just using his pace to get across quickly. I don't think it's the best of balls by Giroud. Really gives Sagna absolutely no chance of getting there. And Salah's pace just gets him into the right position. Good defending for a right-back.
Like a foul on Torres, it was.
Simple one for the referee.
Well, I was going to say just how Jose Mourinho dreamt it last night, but I'm not sure even he could have hoped for such a massive margin of victory.
Well, the surprise is that obviously we scored so many goals against an Arsenal side who are one of the best sides in the Premier League, but we've taken them apart, in my opinion. Yes, the sending off didn't help Arsenal, but it was 3-0 at that stage with the penalty, and just feel that there was no way back. Frustration, of course, for Arsene Wenger, because that's 3 times now it's happened to this sort of level of goal difference, and they're all against the big sides.
And while they've got big injury problems in midfield, they started with their first choice back 4.
Yeah, and it's been a very good back 4, back 5 with the goalkeeper as well. It's been a good back line for them this season.
Flamini fouled by Ivanovic there.
Yeah, I think he slipped, Branner. I don't think he meant anything by this. And of course, in this situation, the last thing you want him to do is go into a tackle from behind, get himself either booked or sent off, or anybody for that matter. So I don't think he's done that intentionally.
Mertesacker. Arsenal had that period, didn't they? And it was a good 15-20 minute period in the second half when they were the team on top, even though they were 4 down, but they've hardly threatened Czech's goal.
Well, you like to say it's all about Chelsea today. I think that's how we should be talking. Yes, Arsenal haven't been very good, but is that because Chelsea have been too good for them? I think so. I think Chelsea have been brilliant today. Some of the performances have been excellent. The goals have been superb. But unfortunately, I know some of the newspapers will probably discuss the fact that the referee made the wrong decision. But at that stage of the game, Chelsea had played really, really well.
Might be less of an issue, might it, because it's 6-0 rather than 1-0?
Yeah, because I think the big decision was to give the penalty. And he's got that absolutely spot on. And then, of course, it was also important, as he seems to do quite frequently, Eden Hazard, is put the ball in the back of the net.
Arteta's free kick, glanced away by Azpilicueta. Rosicky back in. It was Van Malen, I think, who was in there. Cazorla, blocked by Mikel, bravely. And now Salah can look to get Chelsea going forward, looking for number 7 in the dying embers of the game. Hazard back to Salah. Made up some ground there, Mohamed Salah.
Yeah, maybe again the wrong choice. Simple pass perhaps within for Schürrle, but I think Schürrle's gone too early and he's run offside. And I think if he makes a better run, he might have got the pass and it would have been a better option.
Schürrle. Chelsea are going to be 7 points clear of Arsenal. Their game in hand is at home to Swansea in the week.
Great chance, of course, for the fans to get a little bit of one-upmanship against some of their fiercest rivals, Arsenal. I'm sure they'll be enjoying the liquid refreshment after the game, Matt.
Why not?
And the banter.
Rosicky. Jenkinson into the top tier of the shed as we go into 2 minutes of time added on at the end of the game.
Well, decent enough save as well by Petr Cech. He hasn't had a great deal to do, and Rosicky gets good power and good pace behind this ball. Moves slightly in the air, but there's always a good height for Petr Cech. But it was one that he had to keep his concentration for. Certainly needed to keep a clean sheet, and it looks like we're going to.
Ivanovic up early to win the header. Arteta. Giroud offside. defiance from the Arsenal supporters who've stuck around till the end.
Well, it's a game where Chelsea fans will enjoy the moment, I'm sure. One of those games that are next to unforgettable, aren't they? Lots of things happened, of course, in that first half that secured the win for Chelsea. And capped by, for me, a wonderful performance by the Blues.
6 of the best. Arsene Wenger's 1000th game as Arsenal manager ends in a crushing defeat. Chelsea just blew his side away. They were 3 goals up with less than 20 minutes on the clock. Eto'o and a Hazard penalty after Gibbs had been sent off when Oxlade-Chamberlain should have been. Further goals came from Oscar just before half-time. He added another midway through the second. Mohamed Salah crowned the afternoon with his first for the club to make it 6-0. Chelsea go 7 points clear of Arsenal in the race for the title. Clive Walker, it's a day we're going to be talking about for many years to come.
That certainly is, unexpected as it was, but it was a sterling performance put in by Chelsea. Yes, the referee made one big error in sending off the wrong player, but at that stage of the game I didn't think it made any difference, and Chelsea continued to outplay Arsenal, to pass the ball, look more imaginative. I thought it was an off day for Arsenal, but I think I'd rather give the credit to Chelsea because they made it an off day for the red team. But sterling performance, a team effort, everybody played well, no doubt about it. Good substitutions as well, and I think whatever the manager said pre-kick-off certainly worked in an early kick-off.
Blue is the colour, 6 is the number. All smiles at Stamford Bridge. An amazing game, a quite stunning performance from Chelsea. They are the kings of the capital, and they are clear at the top of the Barclays Premier League table. Final score on a sensational afternoon at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 6, Arsenal 0.